If there is one lesson I wish every man over 60 could fully understand, it would be this. Some of the most important factors that determine your sex life are not found in a pill bottle, a prescription pad, or an expensive treatment plan. They are found in the daily choices you make and the habits you either maintain or abandon over time. Many men spend years searching for a miracle solution to declining energy, reduced intimacy, weaker erections, fading confidence, or changing hormone levels. What they often overlook is that the human body responds to use, engagement, and consistent stimulation in ways that science has documented for decades. Today, I want to share a principle, and this principle affects sexual function, hormone production, physical vitality, emotional well-being, and even the quality of long-term relationships. If you are watching today, let me know where you are watching from in the comments below. The foundation of everything we discuss today begins with a simple biological truth. Your body is constantly adapting to the demands you place on it. When a function is used regularly, the body invests resources into maintaining it. When a function is neglected for long periods, the body gradually reduces its support for that function. You can see this principle everywhere. Muscles become weaker when they are not exercised. Balance declines when movement becomes limited. Mental sharpness often fades when the brain is no longer challenged. The same pattern applies to many aspects of men's health, including sexual function. What surprises many men is that intimacy is not simply an activity that reflects health. In many ways, it actively supports health. Healthy, intimate experiences engage circulation, hormone production, neurological pathways, emotional bonding, and psychological well-being all at the same time. One of the most important areas affected by this principle is the health of the tissues responsible for erectile function. Most men never hear this explained clearly, yet understanding it can completely change how they think about aging and sexual health. The tissues involved in producing erections depend heavily on healthy blood flow. Every time an erection occurs, oxygen-rich blood is delivered throughout these tissues, helping maintain their flexibility, responsiveness, and overall condition. This process is not simply connected to pleasure. It serves a biological purpose that supports long-term function. When erections become less frequent for extended periods, whether due to inactivity, performance concerns, stress, or avoidance, the body begins adapting to that reduced activity. Over time, tissues may become less elastic and less responsive than they once were. This is one reason many specialists encourage men to view regular sexual activity as part of maintaining overall health, rather than treating it as an optional luxury. Activity helps keep important systems engaged and functioning. Another critical piece of this conversation involves testosterone. Most men understand that testosterone influences desire, energy, confidence, muscle maintenance, and sexual performance. What far fewer men realize is that the relationship works in both directions. As men age, testosterone levels naturally decline. This can lead to reduced interest in intimacy, lower motivation, and less spontaneous arousal. Because these changes occur gradually, many men begin withdrawing from intimate experiences without fully recognizing what is happening. The problem is that reduced activity can contribute to an even deeper decline. The body responds to regular engagement. When intimate activity remains part of life, it helps support many of the hormonal and neurological processes associated with healthy aging. This creates an important choice for men over 60. You can allow declining desire to dictate your behavior, or you can remain intentionally engaged in your relationship and your intimate health. The second approach often helps preserve the very systems that support desire in the first place. The next area where this principle becomes especially important is prostate health. For many men over 60, the prostate becomes a major focus of medical appointments, screenings, and personal concern. Yet there is one aspect of prostate care that is often overlooked in everyday conversations. The prostate is an active gland that continuously produces fluid as part of its normal function. Like many systems in the body, it operates best when it is functioning regularly and efficiently. Researchers have spent years studying the connection between ejaculation frequency and long-term prostate health, and the findings have generated significant interest among medical professionals. Several studies have suggested that men who maintain regular ejaculation throughout adulthood may experience certain protective benefits related to prostate health. While no single habit can guarantee protection from disease, maintaining healthy sexual activity appears to play a meaningful role in supporting normal prostate function. For that reason, taking your intimate health seriously is not selfish or unnecessary. It is one more way of investing in your long-term wellness and quality of life. There is another benefit that many men underestimate, and that is the effect intimacy has on the brain. Most people think of sexual activity as something that affects the body, but research increasingly suggests that it also influences emotional and cognitive well-being. Men who remain engaged in affectionate, intimate relationships often report greater feelings of happiness, confidence, purpose, and connection. These benefits are not merely psychological impressions. Intimate experiences stimulate the release of chemicals associated with bonding, stress reduction, and emotional balance. As we age, maintaining mental sharpness becomes a priority. We focus on exercise, nutrition, and staying socially connected because we understand their value. What many people do not realize is that healthy intimacy can also contribute to a more active and engaged lifestyle. The emotional connection involved in intimacy encourages communication, attention, affection, and mutual understanding. These interactions keep us mentally involved with another person and strengthen important aspects of emotional health. The fifth pillar of this discussion moves beyond individual health and focuses on something many men value above everything else: the strength of their relationship. While physical health is important, most men do not experience the consequences of inactivity in isolation. They experience them within the context of a partnership. Research consistently shows that couples who maintain affectionate and intimate connections tend to report higher levels of relationship satisfaction. This does not mean intimacy is the only factor that matters, but it does play a significant role in helping partners feel connected, appreciated, and emotionally close. When intimacy gradually disappears, the change is often subtle at first. Small gestures become less frequent. Physical affection decreases. Conversations about desire and attraction become less common. Over time, partners may begin feeling more like roommates than romantic companions. The love itself may still be present, but an important form of communication has become quieter. Intimacy is not simply a physical act. It is a language through which partners express affection, trust, vulnerability, and commitment. The final challenge many men face is not physical decline itself. It is the psychological spiral that often follows a difficult experience. This pattern is extremely common, yet few men talk about it openly. A man may experience an occasion when intimacy does not go exactly as expected. Perhaps arousal takes longer than before. Perhaps performance feels different. Perhaps fatigue, stress, or health concerns influence the experience. What matters is not the event itself, but the meaning he attaches to it afterward. Many men begin worrying that the experience will happen again. That worry creates anxiety. Anxiety reduces confidence. Reduced confidence makes future intimate situations feel more stressful. As stress increases, performance often becomes more difficult, reinforcing the original fear. Without realizing it, a man may start withdrawing from opportunities for connection. He initiates less often. He avoids situations that could lead to intimacy. Distance gradually develops between him and his partner. The encouraging truth is that this cycle can be interrupted. Knowledge replaces fear. Communication replaces silence. Consistent engagement replaces avoidance. Everything we have discussed so far points toward a single conclusion. Remaining active and engaged after 60 is not about chasing youth. It is about preserving function, confidence, connection, and quality of life. The body responds to what we consistently do, and that response can either work in our favor or against us. Many men assume that aging automatically means surrendering important parts of their lives. They expect declining energy, reduced intimacy, and weaker relationships to simply become unavoidable realities. Yet the evidence tells a different story. While aging certainly brings changes, many of the outcomes men fear are influenced by habits, mindset, and daily choices. The goal is not perfection, the goal is consistency. Small actions performed regularly often produce greater long-term results than dramatic efforts that last only a short time. Stay physically active, Maintain affection in your relationship. Prioritize communication.
Protect your health through regular medical checkups. Continue investing in your emotional connection with your partner.